Hello everyone, it's Rachel here at Clarty Hands Crafts. Do you ever wish that you could add more photographs to a single page in your junk journal? Maybe you've got a sequence of events that you want to share, or maybe you've got lots of different photographs from one occasion that you want to share. Well, if you do, then maybe I've got something that could help you, because in today's tutorial I'm going to be making a waterfall page and I'll show you how to do that now. So let's get to it. So we're going to be starting with an A5 page, so the sizes that I'm doing are for an A5 page with square flaps, and they're going to be 4 inches in size. So we'll need to make some strips of paper in an 8.5 inch by 4 inch size. So I'll start by cutting these into strips which are 4 inches wide. And we're going to need 3 of those. And then we want them to be 8.5 inches long. So let's just have a look to see if we can make it. Oh yes, I wasn't sure if the paper was going to be wide enough. 8.5 by 4 inches. So you can make these in any size that you like, but the measurements that I'm giving you today will work for A5 size paper. Sorry, an A5 size page and square pockets, or flaps if you like. Okay, so there we have our 3 strips, and each strip is going to be folded and it will end up providing 2 flaps, so you'll end up with 6 flaps altogether. So next we need to fold each of the strips, and we're going to fold the bottom edge upwards towards, I don't think it matters which way I have this card. Fold the bottom edge upwards towards the top, but we're going to leave a gap. I'm going to move those so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to leave a gap here at the top, and that needs to be a 1/2 inch gap. So if I just grab a ruler, line the top up with the top of the ruler, and then that edge up with the 1/2 inch mark. Make sure it's lined up at this side and this side, and then we can squash that down. And I'm going to need a bone folder if I can find mine. I'm working in a mess at the moment. So then you can give that a squash down. And then we're going to turn it round, open it out, and then we're going to fold. So now you've got a long section here, a short section here. We're going to fold the long section upwards, and again we're going to meet at the halfway mark, the 1/2 inch mark. And then fold it down again and squash it. And then what that's going to do is create a little gusset, and then this is going to be stuck in the page flat, and then you can see it'll stagger. So once we've got 3 of those, they're all going to stagger underneath each other, and then you'll end up with your waterfall. So we're going to do that with the other ones as well. So then that'll leave us with a 4 inch square, a 1/2 inch gusset, and a 4 inch square in the back, okay? And then when we squash them down and layer them on top of each other, then that's going to give you your waterfall. So it can be a nice touch to round the corners of your flaps. And this will stop them from going dog-eared too quickly. because they can quite easily get bashed through overuse. So if you just round them off if you can, and it'll keep them looking neater, more professional for longer. Okay, so I'm going to open up my journal again on the right page, and I wanted the green one. And then all we need to do is stick them down just by the gusset. So, well, that one needs to be able to lift up. So yeah, you only want to be adding glue to that narrow edge. And I'm going to be using my art glitter glue because it's nice and strong. Hopefully I can get enough of it to squeeze out. I've had to change the nib. Sorry, I've had to clean out the nib, but there's still a little tiny bit of glue blocking it that I couldn't get out. So what I should have said first was you can measure where you put it, or you can just do it by eye like I do. Now I want to make sure that I've got the top one in place. I find that to be the most important one to align everything else underneath. So although it would be easier to lay the bottom one down first and then the other ones on top, I'm going to start with the top. And I've put far too much glue on there already. And then if you wanted to add ink to these, then you could have done that before sticking. But since it's dark brown anyway, I'm not really bothered about adding too much more inking. I think it'll be fine without. So you want to get that as straight as possible. I'm not sure that I have done it as straight as possible. That looks a bit wonky to me, but never mind. Give it a good press down, and then if you're starting at the top, that is, you need to just make sure that it's dried off a little bit and well stuck before you move on to the next ones. So that's not the perfect kind of look, but use less glue than I did, and I'll use less glue now. So there's less likelihood of squidging. Right, so now we're going to leave a gap, and we want the gap to be as wide as the I feel like I'm saying gusset a lot, but that's what it is. So you can either measure or just do it by eye. I would usually do it by eye. I think I will, because I'm more confident with doing it that way. So we want to have these edges aligned, because that is the bit that will look bad if it is out of place. So when you line them up, as you can see there, I've done that slightly wonky, and that's because of that top line being wonky. But if we can just move it over a little tiny bit, then we might be able to hide the look of that. I think I might have to call this video "How Not to Make a Waterfall in Your Junk Journal," because I seem to be making a lot of mistakes. Right, so we'll hold that in place to give it a chance to stick. And then we're going to do the same with the last one. Okay, so our glue situation was better with that one by adding a bit less. And we'll just see how this looks. Stick it and just check it before I stick it completely down. Right, that will do. So hold those down in place. And then you can see we've got all of this space to add our photographs. So I've got some here that I prepared earlier. I've got some plain writing papers. So set those to one side for now. And then I'll stick the photographs in first. So these were photographs from lavender blue journals. And I'll leave the link to these vintage photographs in my description below. And then they can just be stuck straight down because I've prepared them. So if you're interested, the size that I did for the mats on these are 3.5 inches. And that will leave a 1/4 inch border all the way around when you centralise them. So I did these on 2 different background papers. I did 3 of each, so I'm going to alternate the ones that I put in. And then I'm going to add these squares of tea stained paper to the back so that there's somewhere to write as well. So it'll be a nice little place to collect little memories. So you could use your own photographs. I've just used those as examples. But if you had like a sequence of events, so say an event where you've got lots of different photographs of different people, it'll be nice to display them all on one page. So you could have your photo section here and some journaling here, or you can do, as I say, with the journaling on the backs. You can have little notes saying, describing what happened. Okay, so then we end up with a lovely little album with plenty of space on the reverse for writing. It's really simple to do. A lot more simple than I thought it would be. I know that we can have, in previous videos I've shown you how to do the one where you have a tab down here, you pull it and then it spins them all around for you. I'll do another that was a card version that I did, but I will do a junk journal version as well at some point and redo the video because it's an old one. But yeah, it's really simple to do it this way, so it's an effective little thing that you can put in. I think we just need to have some lace or something on the top and bottom just to finish it off. Because those edges are looking a little bit too plain to me. So I've just got this pretty lace that I was given. And because it's that fine kind of lace, I'm just going to do a tiny thin application of glue and hope that that can hold it, because I don't want it showing through too badly. When that's dried off, I'm going to trim that. I'll do some more down the bottom, facing up the other way. And I'm just going to use my nice delicate scissors to trim that down because they're a bit more precise than my big ones. There we go. I still think that I want something to go across the top like a little banner. Have I got? Oh, I know what I've got. Where's it gone? I'm just going to plug that gap with a little piece of satin ribbon. I don't know why, I just think it needs it. So there we have the finished thing. I hope you liked today's video and we'll give the project a try. Don't forget you will also be able to make them flip from side to side instead of up and down as well. You can share your makes on our Facebook group, which is called Junk Journal Ideas, and you can let us know if you come up with any other cool variations of this waterfall page. So that's all from me today. Thank you for watching and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.